Knock, knock.
Who's there? Banana. Banana? Who? 25 Central Park West, Suite 1B. A dentist's office. My dentist's office. This is my second appointment of the day, having already visited my primary care physician to discuss my chronic stomach aches. I approach the door. Knock, knock. Who's there? Banana. Banana who? I'm greeted by Dr. Stuart Rosenfeld. Portly, sincere. He burps quietly. I had a big breakfast, he confides. There's a poetry in this moment. A doctor in his own waiting room, the place and the man. Both there for the patient, both full of stools. It's time for my annual cleaning. We hope to continue my 55-year streak of perfect teeth. He raps twice on the hardwood of the reception counter for good luck. Knock, knock. Who's there? Banana. Banana who? A familiar seat, a plastic cloth laid on my chest, mirrors, curettes, brushes, each placed just so. "Let's see that smile," says the doctor. He says it just like that. How could we have known that that smile would be the missing piece in the story I had been chasing since publishing my 5th New York Times best-selling book? A story which culminates in a medical breakthrough of historic significance. But first, we have to discuss a very important man from a very long time ago. Knock, knock. Who's there? King William of Orange. King William of Orange. Who? Welcome to Revisionist Comedy, a podcast about jokes often forgotten or misunderstood. Today's episode is about knock-knock jokes and the threat they represent. I'm Malcolm Gladwell. William of Orange, a man who achieved a height of fame reserved for very few, that Americans 400 years later sort of feel like they know who he is. But greatness is begotten by greatness. So, who were William's heroes? Who dominated intellectual discourse when this AP European History test answer was but a boy? His grandfather, King Charles I, and the grandfather of calculus, Sir Isaac Newton. You've probably heard of the Ptolemaic model of the solar system, an ancient description of the cosmos that puts Earth at the center, with all the heavenly bodies orbiting around it, geocentrism. Now, geocentrists had a problem. The more observations that astronomers made, the less the universe made sense. Their diagrams grew full of foolish loop-de-loops. Each planet had its own special rules for its trek across the sky. What a mess. Then, Copernicus noticed something extraordinary. If the planets orbit the sun, the loop-de-loops go away. Suddenly, all the extra rules vanished, replaced by a single new one. And centuries later, Newton's law of gravity cemented Copernicus's claims. This is the true nature of discovery. Where once there were many, many rules to explain a single phenomenon, now there's one rule, parsimonious and beautiful. Remember that. Before we return to William's grandfather, I'd like to read you all an email that I received from my grandfather. Knock, knock. Who's there? Alec. Alec who? Electricity. Ain't that a shocker? I get these emails every day. You feel that little disquiet in your stomach? That ache? That's how I feel all the time. And it must have been how King Charles felt when he discovered traitors in his parliament. In 1642, King Charles stormed the House of Commons. Within were 5 members who endeavored to overthrow him. By the time the king arrived, the traitors had fled, but Here's where things get interesting. That was the last time a member of the royal family ever entered the House of Commons while it was in session, and that event has since been enshrined in ceremony. Each year, during the procession for the opening of Parliament, an official known as the Black Rod marches up to the House of Commons and the doors are slammed in his face. Then, he knocks. We heard this already, during the theme song. The Black Rod is let in, and he announces that the Crown would like them to leave. But they don't leave. Instead, a member of the House makes a joke at the Black Rod's expense. It's a celebration of the separation of powers. It's also, quite clearly, a 300-year-old knock-knock joke. After my dentist appointment, I went to pick up my nephew from daycare. Hard as it may be to believe, there were children everywhere, putting everything in their mouths, licking the windows like catfish eating algae off the walls of their tank. One of the little monsters asked me if she could tell me a joke. I said, "Of course." You see, I had a cavity, my first cavity, and could use some cheering up. The joke went like this. Knock, knock. Who's there? Stupid. Stupid who? Stupid you. That's who. And there was that ache again, and something else, a burning at the edge of my brain. And then it clicked. Are you ready? Knock-knock jokes cause tooth decay. Bear with me. Who has bad teeth? Me, children, the elderly, and the British. Now, conventional wisdom would posit a whole host of different rules. Lack of flossing, a developing digestive system, a dying digestive system, being British. But, like Newton, we can find parsimony. Quickly now. Knock, knock. Who's there? Ass. As who? Acid reflux. That little ache in your stomach, that disquiet, is not benign. Sure, it seems harmless when you only feel it every now and then, but imagine you're a child. You only know a handful of words, so you can only tell jokes when most of the words are the same. Knock-knock jokes. Or imagine you're old, bored, your memory fading, trapped in a storm of forwarded emails, full of knock-knock jokes. Or imagine if your nation has stitched knock-knock jokes into the fabric of its governance and its culture. Or imagine you've spent years studying knock-knock jokes for a podcast. It starts as an ache, but it grows. Soon enough, your mouth fills with acid and your teeth crumble. From many rules, 1. Knock-knock jokes cause tooth decay. The foolish loop-de-loops fall away. This is the nature of true discovery. Parsimony. Once again, science describes with precision a phenomenon we have long observed. Knock-knock jokes don't create smiles, they destroy them. So, the next time you have the urge to share one, stop. Unless you want to find yourself in the dentist's chair. A plastic cloth laid on your chest, mirrors, curettes, brushes, each placed just so. And now that you know the truth, aren't you glad I didn't say banana?